the need for a non-kinetic approach to address the root causes of the insurgency, recognizing that not all Boko Haram members joined willingly. The governor gave assurance of his administration's commitment to adopting the implementing OPSC recommendations to achieve the desired objectives. He also appreciated President Bola Tinubu's multifaceted approach to ending insurgency and major crimes in the north. In a recent development, the People's Democratic Party (PDP) is facing a deepening political crisis as discontent grows among its governors and top stakeholders, threatening its future barely 2 years after the 2023 presidential election loss. Sources within the party have revealed to Nigerian Tribune that the 12 PDP governors have distanced themselves from the party's national leadership, casting doubt on the upcoming National Executive Council meeting slated for May. This internal rift has raised concerns that the party may be ill-prepared for the 2027 electoral cycle. Reports indicate that at least 5 PDP governors are considering alliances with the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC) or a new political coalition expected to form ahead of the next elections. This shift comes amid an ongoing internal crisis tied to the influence of the current Minister of FCT, Nyesom Wike, and his allies within the party's National Working Committee. The national leadership remains fractured, with many NWC members opposing acting national chairman Ambassador Ilya Damagum mission force. 22 days after suspending the sale of petroleum products in Naira, the Dangote refinery has resumed sales of its refined petroleum products to its partners and marketers in the local currency. The 650,000 barrels per day facility has also informed Ukadike, reassured the public of the price drop.
The international standard in wars, you don't actually just, of course, they've gone through a lot of screenings, we should believe so. So that's the reason why they felt that, okay, these people can be used for the state, and of course used to, because they can be used as a state instrument to, of course, to foster peace within the region. I think that is where the problem lies. But we're integrating them in society and seeing that truly these people are ready to be used by the state for the betterment of the nation. I think it's not really a bad thing, so to say. But the problem is the government, in this case, is seems to tilt towards the Boko Haram. Those that have. Let me use the word now, for lack of words, those have repented. There's something out of place at all.
As much as that is the case, Ambassador Victor Atewe, let's look at the response for those. I can hear you, sir. Can you hear me, Ambassador?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, you're saying that this is in line with best practices internationally on how to deal with people who have been involved in criminal activities, in this case, terrorism, right? But I want to look at the federal government's handling of the victims of these Boko Haram extremists. Someone presents as an ex-Boko Haram member and says they've repented, and they get so many perks that the victims have not even gotten. Many of the victims still live in IDP camps. They don't have good food. They don't have good water. They have to depend on the charity of well-meaning Nigerians or international organizations to actually feed, and many of them, they don't even have an ambition anymore. It's so bad that they even get attacked even inside the IDP camps. So while we are doing what's in line with best practices by
to see how they can, of course, help to combat these other terrorist gangs or groups who are bent on destroying the state. So the truth is, there's a lot of, I would say, it's a lot of people will say it's unfair, and I think I support that motion. There's a ministry, the Ministry of Defense who are in charge. There's a ministry, the Ministry of Defense who are in charge of that, to see that they are well taken care of. So I really, as much as I condemn the fact that a lot of our military personnel are not well taken care of. Many of them are being abandoned. Their family have been, scattered and in disarray. Taking care of. Many of them are being abandoned. Their family have been, scattered and in disarray. But this also is a clarion call for the Nigerian government. This also is a clarion call for the Nigerian government.
Because we've seen where
at all
soldiers
levels.
are begging on social media and doing several different kind of tricks for people to, give them money so that they can live a better life. But let's move on from this particular topic and talk about these particular reports making the rounds that sources within the PDP are claiming that 5 PDP governors are thinking or are reportedly plotting a defection to the APC. There is a general discontent, that is what this source is saying, within the PDP. With 12 governors, if 5 should leave and join the APC, seeing the wave of defections, with how other people from other party faithfuls, Labour Party and others, have been joining the APC recently. Yesterday, while on the Matters program, I asked the question, how ready is the opposition for 2027? With the way PDP is now, with the problems within the Labour Party, how ready is the opposition for 2027? If all of these internal wranglings is what we are still talking about as at this time, while the APC is preparing in earnest for 2027. You live in Abuja, Ambassador Atewe, if I'm correct, and I've seen people making videos of President Bola Tinubu's Bola Tinubu for 2027. Have you seen such posters in Abuja?
Yes, I have. In fact, with branded buses campaign for 2020, the second term ticket. So that's it. And for politicians, nothing surprises me when it comes to them and their acts. Of course, as you can see, a lot of internal party wrangling here and there. Labour Party, PDP, still trying to find their bearing. So, during when PDP lost power in 2015, Wike, was part of the sponsoring, or let's say the sponsor, if I'm not part of the sponsor, is the major sponsor of PDP as a then, and who stood his ground, and as such even made PDP to even come out of his dark times and dark ages. You recall that a lot of governors, went cold, went mute, but Wike was just head on the of course on the Buhari government. So as such, PDP had already sold their rights to him. So because of that, he has a lot of governors at the beck and call, House of Rep members at the beck and call, because he stood his ground, he fought for them, he spent money, and it's no longer news because he says it every time that he sponsored many of them, during their their time in court, and to make sure that they get justice. So as such, I feel he has worked, to be not fairness to him, he has really worked for PDP. So he holds PDP in a very vital position, that's why own up to themselves, and of course discipline, or suspend, if at all, if he's found guilty, to suspend him. But I don't see that coming anytime soon, because Wike is really a bone in their neck, and a bone in their throats. So, and it's not by any means, Wike is not going anytime soon. But one thing I just hate and I don't like, and forgive me for using the word hate here, is that man playing God. No man can promise anything to any man if not given by God. So for Wike saying and boasting he can deliver FCT, I think it was surprising, because it's not about believing, or it's not about one man saying I go this way and I go that way. It's about Nigerian people. And of course the hardship has really told. Nigerians right now, they can use their tongue to count their teeth and know where to go come 2027. So let nobody promise anything. And